Greetings, salutations, Southern Utah. Good morning here from the Findlay Hyundai Studios. It's time for the drive. Local guys coming on in here from just off Brigham Road, right there off the I-15 freeway. Probably, what are we in? Not even a mile off the I-15 freeway on Brigham Road.
A stone's throw away, buddy, from the freeway.
Yeah, you can't throw a stone that far.
It depends on how big the stone is.
No, I've seen you throw. You cannot throw a stone.
Maybe Uncle Rico, but not you.
Uncle Paulie, 10 years from now could.
That's right.
Not right now.
Not now.
He's Paul Ratliff, Tara Atkin, Devin Dixon. Thanks for locking us in, loading us up, as I like to say, on the app, on the radio. We're on the live stream today on YouTube. You can watch the show. Just go to the Fan Sports Network on YouTube, and you'll find the drive live under the videos tab, right, Tara?
Yes.
Or the live tab.
Or the live tab.
The live tab, yeah.
That's right.
And we are live this morning.
We're back.
We're back
as of
live.
yesterday.
Yep. We talked about that yesterday, Paulie. Thanks for bringing that up again.
Okay, just
Hey, we're always honest with our listeners.
That's right.
Paul and I didn't do the live stream when Tara was out of town.
That's right.
That's just a
Punched
fact.
out on
People notice. Yeah.
People notice.
Yeah.
That's right.
Holy cow, we're loaded today.
Yeah.
Over full with basketball. How about we get right to the best thing we saw last night? I think you and I can both agree we could pick one or two things from that incredible BYU Clemson Jimmy V Classic game in the historic confines of Madison Square Garden. You know, AJ DeBonza is going to get my best thing a lot, but game winner is game winner. And Rob Wright doesn't get a chance to make that three if DeBonza doesn't have the second half that he had. It's so much easier to say AJ DeBonza than DeBanza for me for some reason.
Really?
But I was listening to AJ say his name the other night, and it's just DeBanza. And so,
is it banned? You said Bond before the show.
Bonza.
Okay.
DeBonza.
All right, there we go.
DeBonza.
We got to stick with one, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I heard him say it. I think he says it DeBonza.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've heard commentators say it both ways
I know.
this season.
I know.
Which makes it very confusing.
It was funny because when we had him in the studio this summer, I don't think I said any different than AJ DeBanza.
Yeah.
And he never corrected me.
Yeah. And his dad was there, too.
Yeah, his dad was in studio with him.
Neither of them corrected.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyway,
interesting.
Good stuff. But Rob Wright, leaping leaner, winner, chicken dinner. This was one heck of a comeback. They were down 22 points in the second half. And this was, there's so many plays, and we'll probably start at the end and go backtrack here a little bit. But this is the winner, chicken dinner last night. Here's the call.
Moskovich to inbound. Right. Got it! Robert Wright III wins it for the Cougars.
Celebration.
Oh, yeah.
Paulie, what was your three celebration do when you had like a 3-pointer in City League? Because I know you never played organized basketball past City League.
I did play some organized basketball, but I never really had a 3-point thing. I know a lot of the kids do this thing, or what's the new one?
I like BYU is this. It's like the
face cover.
Yeah.
And they're all like,
yeah, they like that. I mean, it's like a lot of them they'll do the 3 and then the gun thing and stuff like that. And like you get the bench mobs, they call them, where the whole bench is doing coordinated stuff. There was a couple teams that did that a few years ago in the tournament. But, I like the Rob Wright thing. Just cover his face. I kind of like that.
With 3 fingers.
With 3 fingers, yeah.
It was awesome. I felt bad because we were at the company at Canyon Media's dinner last night, our Christmas dinner.
Yes.
And we're all watching the game and just going nuts as their like speeches and awards are given out. And
yes,
we were kind of jerks. We might not be invited back to Christmas party next year. But it was exciting.
Sports never sleep for this guy, right?
Right? Yeah.
It's not the first or the last time I'll watch my phone during a Christmas party.
Okay, good. That makes me feel better.
You don't become the entertainer of the year
That's right.
by not watching, sports that
Gotta
matter
stay up to
when
the
they
latest,
matter.
buddy.
Right,
That's
yeah.
right.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, they were down 22. Now, I can't tell if that's a concern for KY or if that's a blessing for KY that 22 in Madison Square Garden is no problem. They can come back and win the game.
Yeah.
What are you doing down? Now, Clemson's a better team. I don't know if people really, until last night, knew that Clemson was pretty solid. I mean, this is a team that plays some really good games, really good opponents already. This is a tournament team, and they were up for this test last night, and it took everything BYU had and then some to get the job done. So certainly BYU walk-off Rob Wright win. AJ was incredible. I don't know what you can say about him. 28 points, most of which came in the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the Rubel winner, but
Yeah, let's
Can
do
we
the
get that?
hometown
You want-
call.
yeah, let's rate the call. I got the Rubel. I found it.
Well, the TV call that we played earlier.
yeah, it was
it's
not
Robert
the best.
Wright.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And
Wins
he's
it at the buzzer.
He's just doing what he's got to do, letting the moment breathe and all that. But these radio guys, I heard this earlier.
Yeah.
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
This is
The hometown call. Greg goes crazy.
yeah, he goes pretty wild, and it's not as easily accessible as I thought it would be. But we're efforting to get it, so we found it, but we're still working on it. But
Here, well, no, do you want me to play it?
yeah,
or-
let's play it. Let's do it.
With 1.3 to go. It's got to be quick. Boscovich handed the ball into Rob. Shoots from three. Scores it! Yes! And scores it! Rob Wright the third! Just won it for BYU! Game-winning three! It got off! And the Cougs win it! 67-64! Wow!
6'7", 6'4".
6'7".
How
Oh
could it
boy.
end any other way? What a game!
I love it. I love it.
Good energy from Rubel there. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, nice call.
Yeah, it was.
Nice call.
And a good moment. Madison Square Garden, big stage, nationally televised game.
Oh my gosh,
down
yes.
22 at halftime. So
The dunk, but I was impressed with the passes
Oh yeah.
from Devanza. Like
Yeah.
there was the lob to Kibakeda late in the game that was
Yeah.
sensational.
yeah,
Then
he
he
was
flipped-
doing the head bit.
Then he flipped it over for a good look at a three.
Yeah,
Like he's very ball dominant, and you're like, well, he's going to take this game over, and then he gives it up and lets somebody else make a play. Very unselfish player. I mean, I think there's speculation that he's not the number one pick in the draft. That there's a better player. I would contest it. I still think I would pick him number one in the draft.
and then he's kind of a social media sensation here, as even people not really related to basketball were watching this game and tweeting about it. Mike Golick Jr., who calls games on ESPN, obviously the son of Golick,
But
and
he's Westwood One. He's doing. Him and his dad are working together on Westwood One quite
but
often.
Football.
Yeah.
He's not a basketball guy.
No.
And he said in a tweet, I would love to be so big, strong, and athletic that I could stop a whole basketball game by dislodging the hoop with the ferocity of a dunk. So,
Yeah. I
I
like
mean,
that one.
Yeah,
for-
I feel you, Golick Jr. I
Yeah.
would like that too, very much
yeah,
so.
Golick Jr.
Put it on
is
my
like
Christmas
Golick
list.
Jr. is
Yeah.
like 5'9". He does not look like his dad at all. So he
No.
wishes he was
He's
taller.
not that short, is he?
He's a
wishes
little
he was a
taller,
baller.
maybe a little taller, but he's not a big guy at
Oh,
all.
here you go making stuff up. You don't even know how tall he
I'll
is.
Google his height right now.
Yeah.
He looks like a shrimp.
oh.
Oh, come on. His dad was
Jeez.
an offensive lineman in the NFL.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Are
Looking.
you going to do the best thing you saw, or are you disagreeing with me this morning?
I'm probably just gonna agree.
Okay, you're not going to go Phillip Rivers, the 44-year-old floating down the river now on the Colts practice squad, or
Right.
I mean, that is a good story.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, that probably would be if I were to pick one. That they've gone through with that. They're just gonna go
thought-
with a 44-year-old. I mean,
By the way,
is that the oldest? I know George Blanda back in the 60s or 70s or whenever that was.
It's a good question. I
He was
don't know.
old. I think he was in his late 40s maybe. But this has got to be the oldest quarterback that, if he starts a game in a long time, that we've seen. 44 years old is old for an NFL player, no matter what position you play, even kicker. So it's a story. That's a big story.
Yeah. Look, it's gonna be fun to see if he actually gets elevated. Though I didn't realize till I was reading the story that he has to reset his clock on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know.
So for if he now signing the practice squad, he doesn't. But if they actually elevate him
up,
then he's eligible in 2026, this next class. And if not, he has to wait the full time, let it 5 more years till 2031 till he can be potentially enshrined, voted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
What's 5 years when you're 44? It's just a number.
It is.
Just a number.
That's right. And I think that if he's elevated, he's going to play. I don't think he's going to worry about Hall of Fame status. I think he wants to help the Colts. So he wouldn't have come from Alabama high school football coaching in the offseason, just chilling, to wanting to take reps in live bullets in an NFL practice setting if he didn't think he could help the team. I genuinely think Phillip Rivers thinks he can help the Colts win games. So, that's why he's here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, really outstanding.
Does he give you more than a hurt Riley Leonard? I think he does.
Yeah. All right, that was the best thing we saw. Let's take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about this Utah Utes' new way of thinking when it comes to college sports. I'm curious if you're a fan of what the Utah Utes did yesterday, Paulie, or not. We'll talk about a big infusion, basically turn the athletic department into a different type of business model, and we will break it down for you when we come back. Ray Hosner after that, around 7:30. We're loaded here first hour. We got Dan with Overtime Sports coming on to talk about that Corner Canyon St. Francis game. A little bit later, he'll be joining us second hour, and Paulie Hot Takes all show long, and probably a prediction sure to go wrong as well coming your way. We'll take the break. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is The Drive, 7:15. Coming up here, 7:30, Ray Hosner going to join us. Announced earlier this week that Coach Haas is going to be back as the head football coach of Pineview. It'll be our first chance to catch up with him and talk about that going down and that announcement and the excitement level and plans and, coaches and staff and everything that goes into all of that when you retake over a program that you helped build. It seems like a seamless transition and one we're excited to break down. Also, in other news, Desert Hills did tab Tanner Baldery as their new football coach.
Yeah.
So Tanner Baldery, who's been on the staff and been a teacher there at the school for, I want to say 7 years, and was the defensive coordinator last year. He's going to join us on the show probably on Friday. We'll let the dust settle on that. That just came down yesterday afternoon. The big story in college athletics, though, was the Utah Utes kind of riveting storyline, and it's basically a model that I mean, we probably should have saw coming. We probably knew something like this was coming. Everybody's trying to get in the forefront and do things, but I didn't think it would be Utah. But basically, the Utah Utes have merged and turned their athletic department into a business model, and they've merged with a private equity company. And so these are investors. These are capital venturists that want to turn a profit. They're investing their dollars in something they believe could bring them ROI. Yeah. And so Utah is the first to strike such a partnership with an equity firm with a 9-figure capital infusion and shared ownership of this, for-profit entity to operate and, make money outside of the traditional university framework. So I don't know that I get excited about a story like this, Paul. I'll be honest. No. Anytime you bring in investors and infuse $500 million, they're not bringing that money in and saying, "We love our school. Go get you a good point guard."
It comes with strings attached.
100%. Yeah. And usually, who gets hit with that? The fans. Increased prices, increased apparel, increased because there's a lot of infrastructure that Utah Athletics has that's already in place, right? They're not going to come in and redo the football schedule next year. They're not going to come in and remodel the Huntsman Center.
All the business side.
It's all the business side. So you're going to infuse the university with all this money. Where's the ROI coming?
It comes in, they're saying the new company's goal, Otro Capital is the name of the firm that's taking this endeavor on, is their goal is to generate more revenue across an assortment of areas, including ticketing, concessions, those are going to go up, corporate sales, and sponsorship. So there are 4 main areas they're targeting for more revenue. So you should expect an increase in ticket prices, probably an increase in concession prices, all things like you say that will affect the fan and the game day experience at the University of Utah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, it's probably the wave. Others will probably mimic this now. I give Utah credit for forward thinking and thinking outside of the box, and it does. There is some contingencies, and your athletic director is still the chairman of the board, we're told. But what happened? What are you going to do? Are you going to sell more ad space on the black banners at the Huntsman Center? Are you going to raise ticket prices? Are you going to raise beer prices? Like, where does it start? Where does it stop?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of fans that are not exactly fired up about this. Not Utah Ute fans. Now, maybe in 2-3 years when they see the fruition of it and maybe they see a Big 12 title or two hanging in the rafters, that will change their perception, but the immediate reception was mixed reviews, to say the very least. What was your initial reaction when the story hit? Because I went, another reason college football is on the brink of teetering.
Yeah. I mean, it's
bringing in investors to run you like a business. Oh, my goodness. That doesn't sound good.
I was alarmed when I said earlier this week that Michigan State got a $401 million donation from the CEO of Acrisure. That was a donation. This is getting into bed with a private equity firm where I think, even though they say Harlan will have the last say, that's in every article I've read, Whenever you have a board of people and you've got all these investors, they all have skin in the game at this point. They've got money invested, so they're going to have a say whether you like it or not. Maybe Harlan has the last say, and he's the ultimate, stamp the paper guy. But these board members are going to want to say in all this because they're putting up a lot of money.
And maybe that's the saving grace.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the saving grace is, look, they're going to really have your bottom line at heart. So if you're a Utah Ute donor and you were thinking about giving $20 million just to NIL fund, now you put that $20 million in, and now you have a chance actually to get some return on investment. So I guess from the donor side, I guess you could spin that as a positive. Is that what you're alluding to? I still think at the end of the day, though, the fans might pay for it a little bit.
I think it will. Like they say, their main revenue attack areas they're going to attack are ticketing concessions. Those are two huge. I mean, the corporate sales and sponsorships, that doesn't affect a ton of people. It affects the corporate partners, of course, but the things that will affect the every Saturday or weeknight basketball game or whatever, men's basketball, football, those are the two revenue sports. I think in both those sports, according to all the articles I've read, and this one by Yahoo Sports is the one I'm browsing now, it looks as if ticketing and concessions will see a spike. So, I mean, that is going to affect the fans and the game day experience by and large. So I think, yes, there are negative detractors that come from this. For the positives, yes, maybe there is ROI. There isn't any more Cam Risings that make $8-9 million in 3 years and then bolt, and you don't have any return on investment for that. You know, like you've always argued that about NIL. What are these people getting out of it? And I've just said it's guys like Cody Campbell. It's people that have money that they can blow, that they just want to see their school win. And you've never really bought into that. You've always
There's never
thought
been a business mindset.
There's never really been a business mindset.
And so from that regard, I think, and because Utah is the first, I actually give them some credit for trying this.
Yeah.
I just hope it's not at the fans' expense. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, I'm for the people, man. I don't want to see $100 ticket at a Utah Utes basketball game. They've had trouble filling that as it is.
Yeah.
Are you going to fill it with $100 seats?
That's right. You need to be able to.
I mean, are you going to pay $100 to go to the Huntsman Center?
No.
You can get a Jazz ticket for $100.
That's right. If West Virginia's playing Utah, I'm expecting to pay under $30 for a ticket to the game. That's just, it's supply and demand. And Utah football has been hot. I think you can capitalize, and you can probably spike prices for concessions and tickets for football because there's such a demand. What this venture capital group should focus on is monetizing and making Utah men's basketball profitable again under Jensen. That would be one of their big steps to make more money for the school, because I don't think the football program's the problem. They sell out Rice Eccles just about every week. So I know there's more money to be made, and it looks as if Utah's looking to be a trailblazer in this regard, kind of break ground and be one of the first. So, yeah, I mean, it's cool for if it doesn't affect the game day experience for the consumer and the fan. I mean, that's what I'll lay to rest on that.
Yeah. More on this topic. We'll get into this a little bit more. This is not a story that's going away, but man, the reaction was pretty mixed yesterday. Some people can't believe this hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
Good on Utah. We'll see if it works. Other people were like, no, hold the phone. What are we doing? There was really, really mixed reaction.
Yeah, there was.
And I think people are still trying to understand exactly what the long-term implications are. And I'm sure there's some unknown questions that even, this partnership, they don't have all the answers just yet, but they'll figure it out as they go, as they say.
That's right. I mean, mixed reactions, like you said. One of the bigger Utah fans I know is, we call him the show killer, Tony Chambers, and he is incensed about this. He's not a big fan of the way that college sports is going, and a lot of people saying this is the last straw. Not him, I'm saying, but a lot of people saying this is the last straw for them in college sports. So this could be the beginning of something that we've never seen before. And I feel like in the last 3 years, we've been saying that every week, it seems, of college sports. There's something new every week.
I'm not sure I have a strong enough with understanding of the back end and everything to make my opinion really strongly felt. Like I at a glance, I'm like, another reason that college football, as we used to know it, is crumbling right beneath our eyes, which scares the dickens out of me. Paulie, I've been very vocal, and I don't like where college sports is heading. Yeah. And you're like, but the product's better than ever. Okay. Yeah, for the top teams.
Yeah,
for the top teams, but not everybody else. There's a lot of teams that are just feeder schools and struggling, and finding a way to get 2 wins a season is pretty realistic. And we've seen it year after year after year, even with, more resources, different coaches. We've seen it across the country. I mean, the rich get richer. The big schools just keep plucking from everybody else, and it's all about the money. The ESPN's the big winner in everything right now.
College that's what Dillingham was saying yesterday, is that the money in college sports is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
The TV revenue,
and the economy's not.
I know.
Doesn't go correlation. Doesn't go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But by the way, at Super West Sports just tweeted the total TV viewers for the season. Have you seen this?
No.
BYU is number 3 on the list
of West teams. I think I know that Twitter account.
Yeah.
Is it mostly Western teams? Do they include
I don't know.
the SEC?
For some reason, it just went away.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I've been having weird stuff
Twitter.
happen.
Yeah. Your Twitter's been on the fritz, buddy.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll find it, buddy. I'll find it. I'll pick it up. Oregon was number 1, 38 million. USC number 2 at 30 million. BYU 28.8 million viewers this year.
Yeah, I think it's just West.
It's West. But out of the Western schools, Utah was like 6th on the list. Almost 15 million viewers.
All right.
That watched TV viewership of their team play this year. More on the Utah Ute athletic business model later in the show. Got to take a break. When we come back, Ray Hosner is going to drop by the show. Really excited to talk with Coach Haas. I've chatted with him a few times since he stopped coaching, but not lately. And he is back, ladies and gentlemen. Head coach of the Pineview Panther football program. We'll talk some football, some pigskin with Coach Hosner after the timeout. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's The Drive. Paulie's nodding his head like he likes this song.
I like this song, baby.
It was his pick.
It was.
It's his jam.
Oh, yeah. I don't know that song.
All right. Well, what did you think? The brief snippet you got. Would it fire you up, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I need to hear more.
All right.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't go, wow, that's a banger. Or wow, that's a hit. I thought you only liked the hits.
Well, it just depends. Sometimes EDM's not
so
hits.
now I've heard you say that 30 times. I was just like the hits. Never heard this song, Devin. And then you pull out some song nobody else has heard of. And it's like, wait a minute, you don't just like the hits.
Yeah, that's right.
We were trying to connect with Coach Ray Hosner. Terry, let's try Coach again. We're having trouble getting connected with Coach Hosner, but we'll keep working on that. We'll get him dialed in and get him locked in. We've got lots to talk about with Pineview First of the Week kind of coming out and just saying, hey, he's back. Ray Hosner taking back over, head coach of the Pineview Panthers. Gotten to know Coach over the years. You know what I've seen with Coach Hosner that I really appreciate is the relationships with his players, especially, when you look at, how some of them, talk about him 15 years after they played for Coach Hosner and those memories and everything that they made. I've always felt like he was so good with, building young men and creating a really good culture and environment for kids to not only play on the field and thrive, but to have success in life. And that Circle Black for Life and Pineview Panthers are getting Ray Hosner back, and he now joins us on the hotline. Coach, congratulations. Welcome back to the coaching fraternity in Region 9 football. It's probably got to feel exciting that you're back over there at PVHS, buddy. Take me through how all this went down.
You know what? I'm excited to be back to serve the kids a little bit, but they had an opening. I've been obviously battling some cancer for the last 4 years, and so I was able to get a few scans, a couple more PET scans, and looks like everything's kind of cleared up finally. So good. I got my health back, which I'm excited about. So now I feel like I'm not going to be a distraction to the kids. So I'm able to, serve them again and not get in their way of, treatments and other things like that. So I'm pumped. I'm excited to be back. I wish, like I said, I love Coach Boyer and all that he's done. And, I wasn't applying. Obviously, it's hard to get teaching jobs for coaches. And, so with the limited space, Pineview kind of shrinking in numbers a little bit, we're actually going to maybe lose a couple teachers. So there wasn't a spot. I was trying to maybe get somebody else to come over for us. It wasn't able to work out because they couldn't get them a job. And so, I'm the next guy that could fill in that spot to serve. So I'm excited, and we'll take it. And we, like I said, as an education, we had to always do what's best for the kids. And I feel like I could serve them and help them to become great young men.
Coach, I've always been impressed with the relationships you built with your players. I was saying that when we were kind of patching it through on the phone lines. I see the way, 10, 15, 20 years later, your players see in the community and come give you a big hug. And I see the alumni coming back to Pineview and see them now coaching their kids' little league teams and middle school teams and high school teams and talking so fondly of the memories they made playing high school football. How do you pick that right back up with just, 4 years basically in between your last stint at head coach? How do you make that a seamless transition?
You know what? I just love the kids, and you love what you do, and you realize, I really feel like coaching is like a calling from God. These kids have struggles in their lives, and, football is kind of a small part of what we do to help them get through this. And, I think as long as that's your viewpoint, you're always in good shape. And, I look at the other coaches in the region. They're great guys. They're great for our community. And I always say one day, my kids right now are best friends with kids that played at Snow Canyon, Hurricane, Crimson. It doesn't matter where they're at. They're part of the same community. So, it's easy to pick up because you just love our community and you want what's best for our community.
Coach, obviously you're taking over a team that the cupboard is not bare, to say the least, on offense especially. I don't know how much you've looked over the roster, but Max Yoakum, Kyle Richardson, and Garrett William all back on the offense. What's it looking like for your roster construction, and how's the team looking, the weightlifting and the early sessions, team building activities, all that stuff that goes in the off season?
Yep, we just got started Monday. We'll actually start with some big service projects right before Christmas. So we're just getting on track that way. But as far as the roster goes, I'm a little bit familiar because I've been around it, not a ton. But I know, obviously we lost the whole offensive line. We, lost our quarterback. We lost, some great receivers, great tight ends. So the coverage is young, I would say, with a couple of key seniors that'll be able to help us. So I'm excited about that. But we'll figure it out and get to work and get them where they need to be and go compete.
The Doman kid at quarterback, I remember, talking with Coach Shaw, who's, you coached with. He was with you for so many years, stayed on with Coach Boyer, and then just stepped aside after this season. But he said that this Doman kid, who just finished his freshman season, is probably going to be the best Pineview quarterback to ever come onto that field, which I thought was very, very eye-popping statement, because I think back of all the great quarterbacks that you've had come through Pineview High School, but Coach Shaw seems to think this kid has more potential than everybody.
Yeah, remember, potential doesn't mean that much, right?
True.
He's got to get out there and compete and work and prove it. We've had some great quarterbacks that have gone on to play Division I football, and so just to say, yeah, he's got it and it's going to happen. That's easier said than done. Do I feel like he's got potential? Definitely, he's got potential. He's been working with me for the past 4 years, on his form and fundamentals, and I feel great about where he's at. But they're still Region 9 is not easy football. People fly around, get after it, and so he's going to have to be able to pull the trigger under pressure and different fronts and different coverages, and he's got to learn to read the defense. There's a lot to it.
Coach, it's crazy. I mean, Coach Munkers just left. Coach Esplin just stepped aside, and now you're coming back, man. I feel like it's bringing back some old memories and kind of some of those glory days. And I gotta believe. I don't know. I'm excited for you, Coach. It sounds like you're pumped, and it's such great news. The health concerns and everything. It sounds like that's kind of the leading indicator of why you felt like you could come back at this point in time.
Yep, 100%. And like I said, this is about serving kids, and I'm grateful for that, to have the opportunity to serve them and to serve their families, and and make this a good experience. I always say football is about the journey, and it's about all the things we do, not just the games on Friday night, but the family relationships we create. And I'm fortunate enough to have done it for a while, and all those families come back and come to my house with their children, and I get to hug their kids, and I feel like I'm a grandpa to a lot of the kids. So I've been blessed that way. So I'm grateful.
I love it. Coach Ray Hausner, our guest, back at Pineview, coaching the Panthers. I will say this, Coach. When I texted KJ a couple weeks ago when I heard the news that he wasn't going to be the coach anymore, he did seem really caught off guard. Is he a guy that you can still go to and say, hey, do you still want to be pro to the program? Or now that he's been the head coach, he just wants to take a break and step away for a while?
And I'll have to let him and his family decide that, right? But yeah. He played for me. He coached with me. I love him. They don't get better. The kids love him. That's going to be up to him and his wife, and I'll let them make that decision. They got young kids, and so he'll always be part of my Panther family because I know him since he's a little kid, and I'll let him make those decisions. But I would love to have him for sure. So.
What about the rest of the staff, Coach? Has that been kind of the main topic for you the last couple of days? Is trying to kind of talk with people, put fillers out, and kind of start building the staff out? I mean, have you got some commitments already that you can share with us this morning?
No, I don't. No commitments yet. I'm just gonna wait this out, meet with the kids, meet with the parents, and then start put the staff together this weekend, and kind of move forward from there. But yeah, nothing yet. Like I said, I wasn't sure until Monday. I kind of got caught off guard. I didn't think they were going to make an announcement until Wednesday, so I wasn't sure if I really had it. So really Monday is the day I found out. So, it's been quick. It's only Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm sure you've been on the. I bet your phone hasn't stopped ringing since Monday morning, Coach. Is that a pretty fair fair assessment?
That is.
And man, that must be tough when you don't have all your contacts. Didn't you tell me you lost some of your contacts? So you got people texting and calling. You're like, who in the world is this? I don't have your number saved in my phone anymore.
You know what? I went to Croatia, and for some reason, my phone got zeroed out. I lost every contact, and so yeah, it's been tough. But at least I'm reloading the contact list, so it's good. It's good. I got you back in there, so you're in trouble now.
Yeah, there you go. I've had that happen to me before, and it's not a good feeling. You're like, oh no, you feel almost just exposed, naked for about a month or two till you can kind of rebuild everything. Coach Ray Osner hanging out with us here on the drive. Boy, Coach, I know part of you's got to be like, man, I wish the timing. I mean, timing in life is everything, but it would have been really fun. I bet you would have loved coaching a kid like Brock Harris, who obviously did some unbelievable things over the last 4 years at Pineview.
Without a doubt. Like I said, I had to step away because once you become a distraction to the kids, they don't deserve that. And I knew I was having to go in for treatment. I had 3 surgeries over the last 4 years. And so, they didn't need to have old guy that was busted up for a little bit, to deal with. So I felt that was the best move for the kids. And I always say in life and what I do is if you're not doing what's best for kids, you need to rethink of what you're doing.
Well, the most exciting thing in this whole conversation is hearing that your health is good again and you got clear tests. That's the best news I've got all day, Coach. So congrats on that. I'm sure it hasn't been easy, and you probably got a lot of medical people and people to thank and family to thank that have been around you, pushing you. That's never easy going through treatments and things of that nature.
Nope. But I had a great staff of doctors, and so I'm Dr. Gardner and Dr. Nelson and all these guys that put me back together. It's been awesome. So I appreciate those guys, love them, and Dr. Cotiga, who kind of saved me. So it was, I got lucky.
Yeah. Have you decided, I guess you probably haven't yet, but I was going to start asking about play calling, but you already answered my question when you haven't built a staff just yet. But I'm sure that'll come in good time. We'll have to talk again once you get a little clearer picture of what it looks like.
Sounds great. I appreciate you guys and all you do for our community.
All right, get back to the classroom or whatever you're doing, Coach, and we'll see you on the gridiron, buddy. Great to catch up with you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Ray Osner, everybody. He's back. Ray Osner back at Pineview High School. Paulie, a lot of people probably guessed that was going to happen, but until it actually happened, a lot of people don't know, the cancer and the things of that nature behind the scenes, the real reasoning, and the timing's just right for him to come back. And
when did he?
Obviously, he had to leave on medical terms, right?
Yeah.
So
I think it predates me getting here. I think his what was it 20?
He's been out of it for 5 full seasons.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe it hasn't. Okay, I thought it was before that.
Yeah, KJ's been there at least 4 or 5 years.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
And the one thing, the coach, was so close to getting a number of times, and I should have asked him about this, but he never got that ring. Mm-hmm. He had some teams that probably should have won it, even back in the 3A days. You go through the 4A days, you go through the Cody Wilstead's era, the James Lark era, the Prentice Miller era, like the Ince boys. He had all the Ince boys come through, Skylar and Jesse and all of them, the Bangeters, all these great players that have come through Pineview that have went on to do some really cool things in life. And that's the one thing that I know Coach would love to get on the old mantle is that championship.
Yeah, that's right.
That championship trophy, that ring, whatever.
Yeah. Yep. He's probably hungrier than ever to get back to it, I'm sure.
Some people never get one, but man, if anybody deserves one, the time and the energy and the effort that Coach Osner's put into the program over the years, you got to believe he'll find a way. And yeah, I really like KJ, and you heard Coach talk about KJ Boyer, and I did. When the exchange I had with KJ when I heard the news, I was like, "What's going on? Did you step aside?" And he's like, "No, they're going a different direction. They let me go." And obviously, it'll be really interesting to see, if KJ just needs a break or if he comes back on staff. We know Coach Shaw has said he's not coming back. He wants to just, take a break. He's been there coaching forever. So you're going to have to probably find it. And Haas has always been a defensive guru. And so it'll be interesting if he hires a D coordinator or if he decides to do the play calling himself.
Yeah.
But he's always been versatile enough. He could call the offense himself, too, if he wanted to be on that side of the ball, with Doman, his quarterback, and those skill position guys you mentioned, like Kyle Richardson and William and Yoakum.
Yeah.
Yep. But replacing that entire offensive line, that's always a big chore.
Sure.
If you don't have an offensive line in Region 90, you don't have a chance to win the region.
That's right. We saw that with Dixie this year, replacing most of their offensive line starters from a year ago. So
now we know Pineview had a really good 8th grade team, and they got some good freshmen coming in.
Yeah, that's right.
So, in fact, there's some freshmen, I think, on that 8th grade team that just played up for the FBU state championship. I think it was 3 or 4 teams that were up in northern Utah. The 6th grade team that everybody might have heard about, that former Dixie player, Misi Tupe, and then obviously went on and played at Texas Tech. But he is coaching that team. His son is on that team. I think Coach Brenier, who has been side by side with Coach Hosner and a longtime wide receiver coach at Pineview, played. His son is on that team. Brent Nyberg's youngest son, Jet Nyberg, is on that team. So I know there was a 6th grade, I think there was a 7th and an 8th grade that all went up to northern Utah and played a couple games. But the 6th grade team beat a Nebraska team and then beat another team, and so they're going to Naples, Florida. So we're working on getting some of those kids and players in on the show. And that's kind of a mixed bag of kids from all over the region. Who knows where in 3 years where they'll be going to high school at. In fact, I don't know if I want to do spoiler alert here, but we got a highlight. It'll be our Jimmy John's highlight of the week. You'll have to check the social. I don't think we've posted that yet. We'll probably post that tomorrow. But our Jimmy John's highlight of the week is from that 6th grade team. It was a sack, strip, and fumble, pick up, a scoop, and score. And that's actually going to be our Jimmy John's highlight of the week. So you have to watch the old Fan Sports Network Instagram to check that out. And again, we'll get that story as it evolves, and we'll keep you in the loop as we hear as Coach Hosner builds his staff over there at Pineview High School. We've got the other announcement that came yesterday, and we'll have him on the show on Friday, is Tanner Baldery hired at Desert Hills. So Coach Hosner officially, they put it out on Monday on the We Are Pineview Instagram is where I saw it, and immediately Coach texted Coach Hosner, and you just heard from Coach Hosner, and it was about, I think about 4 o'clock or 4:30 last night, Paulie, that I got the news. It was on the Desert Hills School social media account that they posted that Tanner Baldery is going to be the new head football coach as they parted ways after the season with Coach Taps. That's an interesting dynamic. Tanner's never been a head coach. He was just a first-year defensive coordinator, but the kids love him. He's the weight guy over there. He's been in the program for 7 years. He played at BYU, had a brief stint professionally. Was on that staff over there, the defensive side of the ball, but he's moved around. Whatever position coach he's coached, the kids have loved him. He's done a great job, very versatile. So it's going to be interesting to hear from him and see who he's going to turn to build a staff. They had 31 applicants for the head coaching job at Desert Hills High School.
That's a lot.
They interviewed 9.
Pretty selective.
One of the other finalists, none other than a guy that we've worked with in the broadcast booth and former coach at Desert Hills, Carl Franke. And it'll be really interesting to see, since Carl didn't get the head coaching job, if he decides to, maybe take on an offensive coordinator role or not there or somewhere else. We'll have to wait and see on that. It's pretty fresh with the news yesterday. I don't know all 31 applicants. I know there was a few more in-house folks. I know there was the former Green Canyon coach. I know there was a coach from Idaho that had some pretty good credentials, 31 in total. But Desert Hills has settled on the guy that was in-house in Tanner Baldery. People might remember him from his playing days at BYU a little bit, but Paulie, I don't know if you do or not, but
I don't recall, but I'm sure he was a great player.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right, we got to take our final break here. Coming up in just a couple minutes. The show is just flying by. We're gonna get Dan on the show from Overtime Sports second hour, Paulie, and we're gonna talk about that Corner Canyon St. Francis game tonight. ESPN2. I know you and I are very interested to see how Corner Canyon does because they're playing a team in St. Francis that you're very familiar with, your neck of the woods where you grew up.
That's right. They were always one of the top programs in what they called the All-Met, the All-Metropolitan area. It was D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. They were up there with the likes of DeMatha and St. Francis and Paul VI. And St. Francis is one of the blue blood programs back east, so it should
Who
be
are the
interesting.
big alumni at St. Francis? Do you know some of their alumni off the top of your head, or is that
Stephon Diggs played there for a little bit, then transferred to Paul VI. Let me look. I'm not quite sure of a lot of the current guys. There's going to be some in the NFL, of course. They've got studs. They've got probably two guys that are going to be NFL players on the roster this year in Edwards and Ely. So they've got some players for sure, and it's a different breed of football there, a lot of speed. So it's going to be interesting to see how Corner Canyon attacks them.
Yeah, gonna be fun. Gonna be fun. So we'll get that second hour. We still got. I want to get more into that Utah Utes partnership with the equity firm. I know, Paul, you're chomping at the bit for me to fill out my college football playoff bracket, which I still have not done yet. I know yours
Tara's
is
smiling.
Tara, have you finished yours?
I haven't yet.
You have not?
No.
Okay. So Paulie's the only one that took 30 seconds and loves his picks.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
No wonder he wants us to fill his out. He did his in 30 seconds.
That's right. All gut feels, baby.
All right.
Picked the champion last year. Going to do it again.
All right, fine. By tomorrow, we will.
Friday, yeah.
By Friday. I mean, the
We'll give
games
you
aren't until
Friday.
December 19th, Foley. It's December 10th. We got 9 days still.
That's right. That's right.
So I don't know what your rush is, other than you're just excited to fill out a bracket.
I'm excited to see your picks that are sure to go wrong.
What we
buddy.
don't know is how many brackets he filled out and which one he's actually going to submit.
Gonna submit, right?
Yeah. We had our Christmas party last night, and pleasantly surprised, I was pointing at Paulie as I thought maybe Paulie would have a chance. All the stuff he's doing, the crossover and stuff, he'd grown his role here on the station, and I thought Paulie would have a shot at the Entertainer of the Year award. I was pointing at you before the award.
Yeah, you were.
And I
You
was
were
I was kind of rooting for you, and I had won it last year. As you know, we have 9 radio stations, and we consider it the Entertainer of the Year inside of our cluster, and we had our Christmas party where they do that, and I was shocked, to say the least. But this is a testament to you and to Tara and to, everybody on the station, Caden and Connor and all the past people that we've had helping us out. But we took the fan took that award home again last night, which is pretty
good.
cool.
It's good that it stays in the house.
Yeah.
The repeat champion.
Yes,
Yes.
Devin going back to back.
You know what?
There you go, buddy.
We love what we do here. We wake up and we have fun talking sports, so hopefully
That's
people have
right.
fun listening to us. That's the bottom line.
That's right.
And we've got some very talented people in the building, Paul, so I don't take that lightly. So pretty excited, that award for all of us here on the Morning Drive. All right, hour 2, we're gonna get after it when we come back. Yes, sir. It's a Wednesday morning, Hump Day Wednesday. How we doing, everybody? Here from the Finley Hyundai Studios. Show brought to you by Game Day Men's Health, Prime IV, Color Country Custom Coating, Wilkinson's, Coral Canyon Golf Course, St. George Tent Shop, and, of course, Zag. Our friends at Zag, as well as Kabuto Sushi and Ramen Bar. Stop by, get some gift certificates, or just take a break from your shopping and go dine or use the products and services from our great sponsors. We love our sponsors, and Paulie, Devin, Tara hanging out here on the morning drive. We got a good second hour for you. Let's check what's the latest and see what's trending, and let's do it right now. We don't want to waste any time because we got a lot to get to. Paulie wants to start with the dunk.
Yeah, let's start with
and when I say the dunk, I think every BYU fan goes, "Oh yeah, I know the play.
yeah.
I know you're playing. You're
the
talking
dunk.
about the dunk from the Banta." AJ went bananas last night. I was very impressed with his second half. I mean, he looked like the number one pick in the NBA draft, didn't he, Paulie?
That's right. I'm going to check draftexpress.net and see the latest mocks after that game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he looked like the number one pick to me. I know Boozer's been great. No Peterson kid's been hurt, but man, he looked the part. If you ask Double D, here is that play: as BYU comes storming back to beat Clemson in the Jimmy V Classic at the historic court, Madison Square Garden.
When you bring Kate out for another middle ball screen, which worked really well. Devon to the drive. Oh, my.
Yeah, it's pure athleticism there, and he looks as if he has on NBA Draft.net, NBA Draft Express. There's a lot of mocks now that have him as the number one pick. Peterson not playing doesn't help him. He's been shelved the whole season of non-conference play. But DeBanza playing really well has vaulted him back up to the number one pick on multiple NBA draft sites. So, yeah, he's establishing himself as the best player. And, yes, we haven't seen Peterson play yet. So, but as people that do radio in the state of Utah, it's very exciting to potentially have the Naismith Award winner and the first overall pick potentially playing right in our backyard. So, it's pretty cool.
There's so much that goes into that, though. You have to have a Rob Wright. You have to have a Richie Saunders. You have that big three with those guys. You got a healthy Kiba Keita now.
Yeah.
You have to have, to make a run and really contend for a championship and a deep March Madness push, you have to have a good team, and you have to do it all in 1 year. You don't have time to develop guys. And they've had two pretty big injuries already. They've lost two players. Yeah, Dawson Baker's the big one.
It's a pretty good one, yeah.
Out for the season. He was their one of the 3-point sniper.
Yeah.
All right, so BYU wins 67-64. Do we have the Rob Wright, Greg Wrubell call? Tara, do you still have that handy? This was the winner chicken dinner, but this is off the KSL broadcast with Greg Wrubell. Greg does a really good job. Yes, he's a hometown announcer, so he's pro BYU, but that's what you want with your hometown radio call. You want the guy that's way more excited when they win than when you lose, and you can hear the excitement level. Paul, I want you to rate this call from Greg on a scale of 1 to 10. Here's the call last night.
With 1.3 to go. It's got to be quick. Boscovich handed the ball into Rob. Shoots from three.
Yes!
Scores it!
Yes!
And scores it! Rob Wright the third! Just won it for BYU! Game-winning three! It got off! And the Cougs win it! 67-64!
Wow! How could it end any other way? What a game!
Right to call?
Yeah, I think 0 to 60 factor, which I always think is one of the bigger things in calling sports. Just the way that he went from in the threes up to the full-on explosion was really good. So I'm going to say 9.5 out of 10 for Wrubell there. A really good call.
Yeah.
And a great moment for him to call. Like,
Yeah,
that's
you're
the thing
in
with
Madison Square
That's
Garden.
the thing with broadcasters. If it's a dud game, and there's not a lot of big plays and there's not a lot of stuff that happens that really gets you fired up and gives you that energy to make a transcendent call, then it's hard. But there was a lot of moments in this game. I would have wanted to hear his reaction to that dunk we just played from Schulman. Schulman got pretty excited for that dunk, but I'm sure Rubel would have been just losing his mind.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, and look, you're TV, you're ESPN,
you got to do
you're
the neutral cast.
Yeah,
I know.
we get that, we understand that, and you can see it. Radio, you got to paint the picture, and you got to feed off the emotion of the announcer. That makes the play that much more exciting.
That's right.
When you hit a game winner like that. So Rob Wright, boy, oh boy, clutch. That was a 29, 30-footer. Like leaning in between two guys that were kind of straight up. That was not right on the line. He was back a bit.
And I
it
was
wasn't
interested
a logo three,
I
but
was
it was
interested
deep.
to see the idea and the conceptual idea by Kevin Young. They had about 5 seconds on the clock to go full court. He instead goes across half court, calls a timeout, and
wasted some time.
I thought 1.3 seconds. That's a terrible timeout. Why would he use all that clock and take a timeout for basically a catch or a pass, catch, throw shot?
Yeah.
But it went in, so you can't question it.
No,
it worked out.
I thought they were going to take the 1.3 and add maybe like to 1.9 or 2.
Yeah,
I thought they
but
would
it was
add some
stuck at
time.
1.3.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I thought the same exact thing, Paul. It was like, that took a long time to call a timeout.
What are you doing? And it worked out.
When it works out, it works out. I guess you didn't leave.
That's why he's the millionaire coach and I'm the radio guy, right?
Didn't leave Clemson any chance to tie it.
That's right.
Used every second.
That's right.
What a comeback. AJ, huge performance. 28 and 8.
Yeah.
28 and 9.
22 comes in the second half. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Region 9 girls basketball got going yesterday, and there was one boys game. Let's start with the girls' region scores. The crosstown rivalries. Here we go. How about this one last night at the field house at the Cliffs? Crimson Cliffs gets beat by 2 to the Lady Reds of Cedar City, 55-53. Oh boy, Gabby Gomez, who just signed to play college basketball down in California a couple of weeks ago, hit 3 triples, game high 20. Brooke Vargas chipped in 15. Josie Myers led Crimson in all scores with 21 and 8 rebounds.
Nice.
In the loss. Crimson now 2-6. Cedar improves to 3-4 overall, but more importantly, 1-0 in region play. The other region game last night, Desert Hills. I actually snuck over. My wife was helping with the Miracle Minute there for the Smith family. I know they raised some good money, and I was watching this game, and it was Desert Hills under new coach Ezra Irvin, and it was 53-36 the final score. Hurricane has some nice players. Garrett Rose is now the women's head coach at Hurricane High School. Dave Rose's son, longtime BYU coach, and they're feisty. They played hard, but they kind of got shell shocked in the first quarter. Paulie, guess what the score was after the first quarter? Tigers on the road, Region 9 opener, 16-0. Tough when you start like that.
Yeah.
And then you end up losing 53-36. And through the next 3 quarters, played relatively toe-to-toe. It's just that horrible start. And Desert Hills defensively looks really good. Tess Peterson, Miley Villanueva, 16 points to lead the way. Hurricane Laney Walker had 10, hit 3 threes. Kinsley Yardley chipped in 6. So, region play off and running. One boys non-region score from last night. Pineview was testing themselves down at Bishop Gorman.
Yeah.
And they lose by 23. 76-53, the final score there. And look, you probably feel like if you're a Pineview fan, we lost by 23. We didn't play great. But look, that's a really elite team, a team that can openly recruit to a private school and bring in, whoever they can get to come in and play high school basketball there. They're not under the same, public. They're not a public school like Pineview High School, and they're a bigger classification with more students than Pineview High School. So going down there, getting that experience, playing in that gym. I know Coach Amico be the one to tell you that, hey, we were down early, shook off a bad start, a little shell shock. I think it was 14-0 to start that game.
Yeah,
and then you're kind of going, whoa, okay, let's settle in, and then the guys did.
Like I was talking about, the size of Bishop Gorman was a major disadvantage for Pineview. They had 4 guys over 6'6", so it's just like they were kind of up against it from the start. But I think they played better than I anticipated. I thought that this would be a wider margin. I mean, like you said, this is a team that's probably got a few 3-4-star recruits on it. So
and it'll decided height advantage. We were looking at the roster. Yeah, they got 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" kids, and Pineview's got what, 2 6'5" kids.
Yeah, rebounding was always going to be an issue in this game.
And Pineview, 14-0, they did fight back. They're in the middle of the second quarter. They were only down 10, and then Gorman went on a run to make it 20 at the half and kind of cruised from there. Played them pretty even the second half, but lost by 23. We shift our attention to the boys basketball games tonight. Now, we were planning on doing 2 games. Caden pulled out of the Christmas party last night. I understand he's under the weather right now, so we might only end up doing 1 game tonight. 100% we will have Hurricane from the Tigers Den against Desert Hills tonight. If Caden's feeling better and we get a second crew together, or you guys want to go solo over there at Pineview, we can still do that Pineview game as they play the Snow Canyon Warriors. So we'll figure that out. We'll let you know. We'll get it out on our social. We'll get the links all out. But here we go. Boys Region 9 basketball off and running on a Wednesday night. Here we are, December the 10th, Paulie. We got meaningful crosstown rivalry games.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Up. Yeah, it's awesome, man.
I'm fired up. I want to see Brigham Kemp in the Tigers Den tonight. I want to see Big Jack Openshaw, with some low block baby hook shots, whatever it might be. Let's go. We'll paint the picture. We'll have it on the simulcast. Boulevard Home Game of the Week. Desert Hills at Hurricane tonight, and then if we can, we will get that other one on as well for you, and that'll be Pineview from the pit at Pineview High School. Any other headlines? Man, that Florida-UConn game was great. UConn holds off Florida. Florida was trying to mount that comeback and nearly did. That 5-second call late in the game killed Florida. It was like 13, 14 seconds. They get a turnover. They're down 1 possession, 3 points, and then they get a 5-second call, and that was kind of the ending. UConn made a couple free throws, and they ended up winning. It wasn't by 4, I believe, 4 or 5. The final score there is UConn's only lost once, and they're 4-1 against ranked opponents. Dan Hurley's got another really good team, doesn't he?
He does. I saw one headline. I wanted to talk about the On3 released their All-America team this year for 2025. There was one player from the Beehive State on the first team. And how about Spencer Fano, the offensive tackle from Utah, is the All-American for On3 for this year. So pretty cool for him. That's a big honor. He's probably going to be a top 10 draft pick, top 15 draft pick in the NFL. So nice to see his great season recognized. He was the only player from the state of Utah on the list. So teams like Ohio State had 5-6 players, but at least Utah's being recognized. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no question about it. Anything else, Terry? Anything we missed? Any other headlines we missed?
I don't think so.
I do want to mention Knights lost in New York in overtime last night.
Shootout.
Yeah, lost, what was it, 5-4, I think was the final there. If you haven't heard, Phillip Rivers is coming out of retirement, going to sign with the Colts. This is interesting because they have the Seahawks, and they got a tough stretch down. I think they got the Niners or the Rams and the Texans and the Jags again. Like, they're playing 4 potential playoff teams. Like, it's a tough spot for a 44-year-old that hasn't played a snap since the 2020 season to come back walking through that door. But he is familiar with Shane Steichen. He was the OC when they were together.
Unless
for the one
he
season.
Can steal one, the Colts are going to go from 7-1 to 8-9 if they lose out, which I think they will lose out.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a realistic possibility. To start the season that well and to just totally crumble. I know injuries are a big factor here, but at the same time, that's rough.
With the Riley Leonard injury that he reported Monday morning after he got most of the start after Danny Dimes tore his Achilles, if Riley Leonard can't go, you would think that they would go with Brett Rippon as the starter, and Rivers would be elevated to the backup role. Now, if Riley Leonard could go, they could keep Phillip on the practice squad for a week, and you could have Rippon be the backup. But But if he does get elevated to the roster from the practice squad, his Hall of Fame clock, he is eligible for induction to be voted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2026, this next year. He's in that class.
All right.
If he gets elevated to the Colts roster, active roster, he has the clock reset. He won't be eligible again until 2031. For the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Do you care about? Do you think Phillips? Does that matter to Phillip Rivers?
I don't think he cares. I think that he's just coaching high school football, and this popped up, and something he wants to do, and he's going to go do it. I don't think he's going to be held to the flame by the Hall of Fame. So, and I don't even think he's a first ballot guy. Phillip Rivers, no Super Bowls, really great stats. I understand, great compiler, but. Was he a Hall of Fame first ballot quarterback? Eli Manning with 2 Super Bowls is not even in.
I know.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to be worried about the first ballot year. I think he's going to be like a 4th, 5th year that he gets in kind of guy. He will get in, though. He will get in.
Yeah, I would think so.
I think he's going to get in, but it just won't be early.
I mean, we saw Jeff Kent just get into the Pro Baseball Hall of Fame. And I would have never thought that Kent was a Hall of Famer, but he found a way. The voters agreed.
That's right.
Guys like Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens still aren't in the Pro Baseball Hall of Fame. So go figure. Those are obviously different storylines, but you get the idea.
Those guys were in front of a grand jury, if I remember correctly.
It's a little different.
Should probably mention the NBA Cup recap from last night. Knicks and the Magic punched their tickets to the semifinals. New York beat Toronto 117-101. Jalen Brunson was clutch last night. I don't know if you saw the highlights. He had 35 and hit another 6 3-pointers in the game. In the East quarterfinal, the Magic beat the Heat 117-108. Desmond Bain erupted for 37 to help the Magic advance. So the Knicks and Magic will now go head-to-head in the semifinals on Saturday in Las Vegas. The quarterfinals of the NBA Cup continue tonight. It'll be Suns taking on the Thunder, and the Lakers visit the Spurs. So the 2 winners will also head to Vegas for the other half of the semifinal. Are you into the NBA Cup at all?
I'll let you know in Would You Rather. I've got some prepped up, and that's one of the questions. So,
okay.
Why don't we take a break and do it, buddy? It'll be fun.
All right, back in a flash. It's The Drive. Hey, we're back, everybody. It's The Drive. Devin, Polyterra hanging out with you. Good morning. Show today brought to you by St. George Tent Shop and Color Country Color Country Custom Coatings. It's the quadruple
Easy for
C.
you to say.
It's the CCCC.
I know. I've been stumbled by it many a time.
Yes.
So.
If you want to think outside the box for a Christmas gift idea, how about a gift certificate for a tent job?
Yeah.
St. George Tent Shop. Or permanent ceramic coating for maybe mom, dad, grandpa, maybe son or daughter just got a new car. You want to seal it, protect it, make it last, protect that paint. JC Color Country Custom Coatings. They got an extra $15 for every $100 in gift cards that you purchase. All right, let's go to the Would You Rather segment.
Yes.
Here.
I
Pauly
like this.
is put a little time in here, and I think I almost feel like this is a trap segment.
Oh yeah, there's some good ones here. So we're gonna get you. You're gonna get your pick made, and then we'll see if we align because there could be some fights here. I'm just saying. All right, here we go.
Oh boy.
All right, here we go. Warm it up. Here we go. It's starting off hot here. How about this one? AJ Debonza. I guess we're going with Debonza, right?
Yeah, I've heard of both.
All right, we'll go Debonza. AJ Debonza or Cooper Flag.
I mean, Flag had a decorated college career, but the way that AJ is trending right now, it's hard not to be intrigued. I don't remember Cooper passing it like AJ, and I mean the alley-oop pass that he threw to Kibakeda was like as good as any point guard could throw it.
Oh, yeah.
And then the dunk, I know Coop can skyrise and dunk, so I can call that a wash. Shooting, Coop's pretty good. I was like, maybe a wash. I just think I would go to Bonza just slightly because of the upside and the versatility of playing 4 different positions. Because AJ could play the point guard if you need him to.
He could.
And I don't think Cooper's playing point guard in the NBA. Come on now.
Okay, so I'm going to just say that this was a trap one because I knew you would say that. But one guy has already won the Naismith Player of the Year, already been the #1 pick in the draft.
Yeah.
So you're buying magic beans at this point. You're buying magic beans.
No, I'm buying the trajectory and the pacing.
So you think he's trending better than Cooper Flag, who everyone talked about as maybe the greatest college basketball player to ever play at Duke?
Yeah, I mean, AJ's averaging, what, 20 a game right now? 21? I don't have his stats right in front of me to compare them to Cooper Flag's. But look, maybe I'm hometowning this one a little bit. And Devanza, I just was very impressed with what AJ did last night.
Yeah.
And so that was fresh in my memory bank. And
that's right.
I haven't watched a lot of Cooper in the NBA to this point in time.
His averages, let me just give you some context. His averages last year, 18.9 points, 7.5 rebounds, 4.2 assists.
Okay.
So really good season-long numbers for Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
And I'm not even the biggest Flag guy. I feel like he crumbled in the biggest game against Houston, missed that game-winning shot. But at the same time, you can't take away what he did. He was the Naismith Player of the Year. By saying AJ Debonza, you're just saying that the only way he can be as good or better than Cooper Flag is if he wins the award and is drafted #1. So this was kind of a trap question, and you fell into it, buddy.
No, but it's would I rather
I know it's an opinion thing, but there's facts on Flag's side that make it hard for me to let you have this one.
But it's not. You asked me the question. But right now, AJ's got 19.4 points per game, higher than Cooper Flag. 6.3 rebounds, 1.5 less. 2.6 assists, 54% from the field, 35% from the three-point line, and he's just coming off 28, 9, and 6 in 33 minutes, and he fueled a historic comeback in Madison Square Garden, and it felt like one of the bigger BYU comebacks of all time last night. So I'm skewed a little bit by what I saw last night. It's fresh in my mind.
You're sticking to your guns.
100%. I'm not changing.
All right, let's go to another one here. We've spent a lot of time on that. We don't have much time left. So let's go. How about this one? Bear Bachmeier or Ryder Lyons? Another kind of projecting one. Would you rather have Bear for the future or Ryder Lyons, who is doing the 1-year mission? So he'll be back soon.
Yeah. Give me the guy that can make that offense the most dynamic. And I don't know who that's. I don't know that we can answer that. Like Ryder Lyons, I've seen the clips in high school.
Yeah.
He looks like, he's a better passer than runner.
Yes.
Although he's an athlete.
He can still run.
Bear, at no point this season did I go, oh my gosh, Bear throws a beautiful deep ball. It looks like Russell Wilson's moonshot.
He struggles driving the ball down the
I never
field.
saw that. So that leaves the door open for that conversation.
That's why I asked.
With Ryder Lyons. But the moxie and the other intangibles, I think I will still lean Bear on this one. But I do think there's some upside there that you could make a case for Ryder.
I'm leaning Bear too. He's proven. Same argument we have with Cooper Flagg and AJ. One has already done it.
Yeah.
So why would I go with the unknown? Ryder could be better, but we just don't know. All right, here's one that'll hit close to the heart for you, buddy. The Houston Texans defense, or your Seattle Seahawks defense. 1 and 2 in the league right now in points allowed currently.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going Seahawks.
There you go.
I mean,
just so matter of fact,
Look.
actually, Houston's number 1 in points allowed was 16.4 allowed.
Yeah. Their money.
What's
They are
Seattle?
good.
17?
17-3 or something like that. Yeah.
Also, Seattle's second in the league in offense.
Yeah.
They're the more complete team.
Well, this is a defense question.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing a bonus ball in there
Oh,
for you.
bonus ball. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Leading the witness.
Yeah. No, D'Amico Ryans. I really like Will Anderson.
And
I really
Stingley, I talked about him.
you like,
I like
him.
him.
They've got some good players on that defensive side of the ball.
They do. But it's a toss-up. I'd probably go Seattle.
I think Seattle's secondary.
Yeah.
Nicky Manawari, the second-round pick out of South Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the pick that they got in the DK Metcalf trade.
Yeah.
Did you see his stat line last week? Did you watch the game?
For
Blocked a kick, had a forced fumble, recovered a fumble, had an interception, had 2 TFLs, 1.5 sacks, and 6 total tackles. Like, you fill up a stat sheet. No Seahawks defensive player had ever done that before.
Yes.
I'm going Seahawks.
Yeah. I'll go Seahawks with you, buddy, because I watched Seattle play Washington dismantle them. They dismantled a lot of teams this year where they're scoring less than 10 points. I think the Texans have been playing better as of late, but they started the season a little slow. All right, last one here. The NBA Cup, to view a game here. You're watching this game on TV, not live.
Okay.
The NBA Cup and all their stupid red and blue and purple courts, or a regular season baseball game. How about that?
Just a rando game?
Rando. Well, you could say Mariners game. 1 of 162.
Oh, the Mariners were fun last year. That's tough because that was the most excited I've been about Mariner baseball in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited at the start of every season for Mariner baseball, but usually by July I'm out. But then, I mean, we were one pitch away from a World Series appearance for the first time in franchise history. So you put Mariners in there, I'm gonna say the baseball game.
All right. Mariners baseball game beats the NBA Cup and all their gimmicky stuff.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I'll do a regular season baseball game too.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
All right, Dan is going to join us from Overtime Sports. We got to take a break. We got to get him patched in. For those watching on the live stream, he's going to join us via Zoom. Big game tonight for the High School National Championship. We'll break it down for you when we come back on the Fan Sports Network. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's a Wednesday, but it's a big-time game day on a Wednesday for one high school team here in the state of Utah. If you have not heard, the Corner Canyon Chargers, the back-to-back-to-back 6A champs, are playing a big-time game against St. Francis, PA. And here to talk about it, Overtime CEO Dan Porter. Dan, good morning. Thanks for jumping on the show, man. Excited to chat with you about tonight's game. And I wanted to get your take on how all this came to be and how Corner Canyon got to play in this so-called first ever national championship high school football game.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, listen, there's two things. One is if you look at everything that's happening in college sports, obviously, you got teams in one conference that aren't from that geographical area. You've had a lot of realignment. And at the end of the day, it's kind of like people want to see the 25 best teams play. And that's changed everything. Bowl games, college football playoffs. And you start to see that happening in high school too. And then you have good teams like St. Francis or Corner Canyon. And if they're winning 49-0 over a local high school, like they need to have national competition too. And so, we've been out here telling the story of high school sports for 9 years, but like video first, social media first, broadcast first. And we were just like, what if we built a national high school championship? And I think the cool thing about it is there's 32,000 high schools in America. For 31,975 of them, it's going to look exactly like it's always looked back to when you and I went to high school. But for the 20 to 25 national programs that are rich with 5 stars, we want to see them play each other in like the greatest Friday Night Lights high school football championship ever. And that's our dream. And that's what I'm hoping you're going to watch on TV tonight.
I love it. Joe Tessitore and Dan Orlovsky are going to be on the broadcast on ESPN2 for that game tonight. Was that tough to do, get ESPN to pick up this game, or was that relatively a no-brainer for the network?
I mean, everything is tough to do these days. We were lucky to partner with Omaha and Peyton and Eli. Dan Orlovsky is a fan of ours. He has 3 boys who love what we do. And so all of it was harder than you would think. Like, it should always be easier. But I think part of it was like, these boys are ready for the stage. Like, and I think America wants to see this. And again, like, I like to go to my high school and watch a football game, but I also love football and I want to see the best players in the country play. And so creating the stage, professional announcers, professional graphics, everything else like that, I just think is going to be really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
It'll be incredible.
Also, I think, Hunter, who is our GM of football, he's got this like Utah football is slept on mentality. You guys tell me, because you probably live it every day, but you've got Florida and Georgia and Texas and California. Are you guys going to step up or what?
Yeah. Like, this is a really good program. I mean, I watched that state championship game. I've watched them.
I watched it too.
Yeah, I mean, look, Kasuga Hillman, he's been brilliant his whole high school career. Started at Timpview and going to Texas A&M. He's dynamic. He's a dual threat. Their running back had a monstrous game. I think he had 4 touchdowns and like $170 in the state championship game. So, I don't think they have as many 5 stars as St. Francis PA. Actually, Paulie probably knows more about St. Francis because he grew up in that neck of the woods.
Yeah, that's right. Dan, I wanted to ask you a little bit about St. Francis, the number 3 team in the Rivals composite rankings. They have a loaded roster. They've got over 20 ranked recruits. 2 of those guys include Zion Ely, who's the number 5 player nationally, and Jeray Edwards, who's the number 21 player nationally, signed with Alabama and Maryland, respectively. What can you tell us about St. Francis? I'm from the DMV area. They were a power when I was there. And another thing I wanted to ask you about is this game was originally slated to take on IMG Academy. Wondering what happened with the pullout there and what got Corner Canyon the fortunate spot in this game.
Yeah, good questions. So first of all, I think St. Francis is the best team in the country. I get it, the Rivals. There's a million different rankings. And in fact, the rankings in a way are sometimes you see teams that are 20 in one ranking and 2 in another ranking, or they move. It's a very unscientific thing. It's kind of like looking at my kid's Christmas wish list. There's just like stuff that moves every week all over the place. And so I think as we start to build this, it's not going to matter. Like, we're going to get the best teams and we're going to figure out who the best is. This isn't the AP writers of America coming together who've watched every single game. So
yes,
I think there's that as number one. As for IMG's pullout game, I don't know. I mean, maybe people don't want the heat. What can I say? It's better to be ranked highly than to have to prove it sometimes. And I think we've been watching a bunch of teams around the country. Statistically, I tend to look at the more kind of data-driven statistical analysis. And by that, St. Francis has the number 1 defense in the company, and Corner Canyon has the number 3 offense. And so if you said to me, Dan, do you want to watch the number 3 offense versus the number 3 defense versus a bunch of guys on Twitter just making up rankings, that's what I want to watch. And then just knowing them, we do a lot of work in our spring OT7 league with Torrey Smith, who of course played on the Panthers and on my Philadelphia Eagles. And he had been an assistant coach there. Yesterday, we talked to 40 ADs of top colleges who are all Under Armour across the country. There's just a lot of appetite to be like, I want to go out and prove my mettle. It's like, whatever. I might have been the smartest kid in my high school. That might not be saying much. And then I get to college and I'm like, oh, damn, I might not be the smartest kid anymore. And so I think that's a little bit what we're trying to build here. And like St. Francis, they are so hungry. They are all in. So I'm like, they always tell me, who do you want to win? And I said, I'm cheering for one thing, which is a close game.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Hopefully it's competitive and not decided till, maybe the final possession or so in the fourth.
Right. One thing the Chargers are not going to be scared. They went, Dan, and they already beat IMG Academy in a thrilling upset.
Yeah, I know. By the way, an upset only determined by people who hadn't necessarily seen them play each other. So I think there are a lot of great teams in this country. And if you like high school football, it doesn't matter where you live, you recognize the brands, Bishop Gorman, Don Bosco, Bergen Catholic, all these. But the reality is like players change every year, right? Because they go to college. And resting on your laurels isn't enough. I mean, shoot, I don't think either of the teams in last year's Super Bowl are going to even return to be in this year's Super Bowl, sadly for me. But so I think that just like bringing it to the field is really where it's going to be. And I also think that it's going to really help these teams also recruit, because players want that visibility. And I'll tell you the other thing that I freaking love about this is there are some non-5 stars on both teams, right? Like, this might be the biggest game that half those guys ever actually play in.
Right.
And like, how cool is that? Like, to me, that's the part, besides the sports part, you're a young person, you're the long snapper, gosh knows what you are. And like, you're playing on national television for a championship, and maybe you're not even starting, or you're going to D3, but you're going to remember this for the rest of your life. And that's why I'm like out there hyping the heck out of this.
Overtime Sports CEO Dan Porter joining us here. 9 years building this thing up. This has got to be kind of the icing on the cake for you to see it come this far with your company that you've built. Used to be a teacher, right, Dan? And you kind of switched professions and switched gears. But this has got to be thrilling for Overtime Sports to be in this spot going into this game tonight.
It's amazing when they flip the coin. Even though I'm kind of a hard guy, I'll get a little emotional there, and not just for me and the company. Every parent, every coach, every kid, like it's cool. It's like Friday Night Lights. It's like freaking part of America. So I'm fired up. And I need Utah football to bring it. So can you guys make sure that happens?
We'll try our best.
Call Eric up and tell him he needs all the alumni. Tell him Jackson Dart and Wilson, Zach Wilson. They better all send some pop-up videos.
By the way, Odell Beckham Jr. is pulling up. A bunch of NFL players are pulling up as well, because when I talk to them or when I talk to Eli Manning about launching this, their personal love of high school football is so strong. Like, that part is really cool. So yeah, Jackson's little bro got to bring it.
Yeah, and look, I mean, with everything going on, you probably saw the news, Utah going with the equity company, never been done before. So we're starting to see college sports just get more convoluted and crazier all the time. We already knew it was the Wild West, and now it's just even crazier out there. And I've always loved broadcasting high school sports. They're playing for the jersey on their back, their family, their coach, their school boss. It's for the love of the game, Dan, and not all the money and stuff that's corrupting our sports, so to speak.
I mean, listen, when you're in high school, probably half the fans who show up to watch the game.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas, no hate on the transfer portal and everything changes, but it's just a little more transactional in college than it's been in the past. But listen, I grew up without computers and iPhones either. Like, stuff changes over time. Like, that's the only thing we know for sure. But I think there's something special about this that is really going to resonate with the audience.
Yeah, I mean, for people who haven't watched Corner Canyon before, I think they'll be impressed. For people that haven't seen St. Francis, I think they'll be impressed.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear.
Also, the game is totally sold out.
Wow.
So
Awesome.
I watched that Corner Canyon, the championship game too. It was awesome. It was kind of in an empty football stadium, which is, I get it. It's like, that's not a criticism. It's just an observation.
Yep.
And so when we did this, I was like, let's make it a little smaller, but so like it feels packed. So you get that sense of like, and that's some of the best of, I mean, college football and college basketball, the fan bases, the whiteouts, the everything else like that. Like, that's the part that I want to capture for high school too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many seats is in this stadium? Because I don't know that. Do you know off the top of your head?
It's a little less than 2,000.
Okay.
Okay.
So what is ticket prices? I'm just curious. And do you actually, is overtime or your partners, are they paying for the kids and the travel and all, and they get a goodie bag like a bowl game? Like, how nice is this for the coaches and players to come be in this national high school championship?
On the goodie bag front, let me just say that we're very focused on NCAA eligibility.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of rules and restrictions around that.
Sure.
So they might get a glass of water, and
Nice.
that's probably kosher. I mean, they'll get more, but like, we have to be careful on that. I would say, in general, like, it's about building a really big stage for them. Doing the walkthrough. I think I saw on the schedule at Corner Canyon might be going to Ravens practice today.
Wow.
Or something else like that. So if you're going to bring the kids around, you want to create as many experiences. I want to try to get every NFL player that pulls up to come to the locker room,
Cool.
and everything else like that. And just, it's kind of like, if you create the vibe for the players that tells them you value them, you're just going to see it in the product.
Yeah, I bet Kyle, if they're going to Ravens practice, you rest assured Kyle Van Noy's involved in that. Yeah. That wouldn't be a shock to me whatsoever. So, Corner Canyon, St. Francis tonight, and
tune in.
Let's go.
That's right.
Absolutely.
One parting shot for you, Dan. Who is your top prospect on each team? Who is the guy you're most excited to watch? You know most of these players pretty well. Who would you say is going to be some of the more exciting, eye-popping guys tonight?
It's such a good question. I always feel like, I honestly, as a CEO, I feel like I shouldn't say. I should just hype the teams, because it's like you're asking me like, oh, which of your kids do you like better?
Right. Yeah, you
right.
can't answer honestly ever.
I like them all. So I'm trying to sell teamwork. Listen, I love 5 stars. I love Texas A&M commits. I love incredible defenders. But at the end of the day, I want every single kid on that field to shine. And I want the schools to shine too. So I know that feels like a cop-out answer, but I'm a good dad.
Yeah, it's a fine answer.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, the winning athletic program, the school, will get $250,000, correct, Dan? Tonight, the winning school?
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. You got to have
That's big.
stakes besides pride.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Diesel
Yeah.
Dart, watch for him. He's an uncommitted junior, so rest assured some college coaches will be watching this game closely. That's Jackson Dart's little brother. That's going to be fun, and I can't wait to watch. This is on my radar. Helan Makasuga, I've called a couple of him games before when he was at Tempe as a freshman and was already, splitting time with a senior that season. I'm just like, holy cow, this kid is special. And so I think
He's a good player.
yeah, I think people will be envious of how good these high school programs are tonight. We're hoping for a good game like you are, buddy, and we really appreciate you carving out some time for us and jumping on the show here in Utah.
Thanks. Have a great day, you guys, and I hope everybody in the audience watches.
All right, Dan Porter, check him out, Overtime Sports CEO. You can find him on Twitter. You can find him on Instagram, and we got to take a break. Final break, come back,
Thanks.
wrap things up. See you, Dan, and don't forget to tune in ESPN2 tonight, Corner Canyon and St. Francis High School Football State Championship. Oh, yeah. Welcome back, Fan Sports Network. Brought to you by Game Day Men's-Health. Reclaim your game. Get your T-test for free. Results back in 15 minutes. Call or text. Don't let the holidays ruin your energy levels. If you're needing a boost, get on over there and see if your T level is holding you back. Again, the T-test is free. Results in 15 minutes. Helping guys feel and look their best. Call or text 435-522-5005. I'll give you that number one more time if you want to pull out your phone right now. 435-522-5005 is the number. Appreciate Prime IV. Appreciate Color Custom Coating. Kabuto. St. George Tent Shop. Coral Canyon Golf Course. Man, I was in the pro shop a week ago. They got so much cool swag in there, from quarter zips to polos to golf shoes and pants and shorts and rangefinders and Theraguns and all kinds of stuff. Balls, gloves, you name it. They're fully stocked up for the golfer on your Christmas lift. Zag, if you got somebody that new iPhone 17, you need to deck it out. Zag's got you covered. So appreciate all of our great local partners here from inside the Findlay Hyundai Studios. That was fun talking to Dan, Paulie. I really enjoyed that. I'm stoked to watch this high school national championship game tonight.
Yeah, that's right. I am too.
You got to pick on the game. I mean, Dan kind of said, we need Utah to show up a couple times.
That's right.
You kind of get the sense they're the underdog tonight in this game.
Yeah, I would say they are. I was just looking at the rosters, and it looks as if the St. Francis Academy has 11 Panthers that are signed to a Power 4 program, with 9 others uncommitted and holding Power 4 offers. So 20 players on the roster garnering Power 5 interest. When you look at Corner Canyon, they've got, let's see, it looks like 5 players that are receiving Division I Power 4 offers. So I think it's a little stacked against Corner Canyon tonight, but it was stacked against them against IMG. So I think it'll be a close game in the first half, but I do think that St. Francis will prevail. So we'll see, though. This is a virtual home game for them, too. They're playing this in Baltimore, Maryland, like right down the road from St. Francis.
Which makes it even more exciting if somehow, some way, Corner Canyon can hang or pull off the upset.
Yes. It'd be a national story if they're able to beat this team.
Again, 5 o'clock is the kickoff time. ESPN2, St. Francis Academy taking on Corner Canyon. I'm excited to see what Overtime Sports can build this into. Smart teaming up with Omaha Productions with Peyton
really
and
smart.
Eli. Mm-hmm. And then obviously, think about $250,000 to Corner Canyon High School if they win this game. I mean, that's going to help with a new weight room,
new turf, whatever you
need.
Yeah, scoreboard,
whatever you need,
video board. Yeah, that'll be awesome.
If you haven't seen Corner Canyon play, tune in tonight. Back state champs. A lot of fun having Dan on the show. All right, Paulie, what else tonight in sports? We had a big night last night with the BYU win. We're all fired up for our Region 9 basketball. You got 2 things you're excited about tonight. We're going to have 2 games for everybody. Pineview hosting Snow Canyon at the Pit, and then Hurricane at the Tigers Den hosting Desert Hills. We'll live stream them both on the Fan Sports Network website or YouTube page. You can link to those broadcasts and watch. We'll have the Hurricane game against Desert Hills on the radio to start, but we'll get you out to the game that's the best finish as we kind of jump around a little bit tonight.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Really interested to see. I don't think I'll be at Hurricane tonight, but Brigham Kemp was my player of the year preseason in the region. I thought he was the best player throughout the entire year last year, and in the playoffs, he elevated to another level that I don't think anyone in Region 9 did. So to carry Hurricane all the way to the state finals, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I'm interested to see how
they lost. They lost in the semis to the eventual state champ.
Sorry, that's semis. Yeah, that's right. Final 4 of the state they were in.
Yeah, and they had that lead and it slipped away late. Yeah.
And I'm just interested to see how the rest of the team looks. Wanting to see the complementary pieces around him. The Goobler kid's good. I mean, I know a few of the pieces. I haven't done a Hurricane game yet, so probably going to watch this one back tonight and see just how the cohesion is looking for Coach Stout and crew at Hurricane. That's one of the things I'm really intrigued by this year.
Yeah, and some young guys out there at Desert Hills, but you still Colton Anderson's had a solid start to the season. But Jack Openshaw, their big, is probably the one true 6'5" good post player in the region. You got a lot of guys that are tweener guys now that are swing players, like they can play the 3, the 4, the 5, especially at the high school level, at the 4A level. But he's a guy, if you feed him the ball in the post, he makes good things and good decisions with the ball.
That's right. He's a very sound, very high IQ basketball player. And then for Pineview and Snow Canyon, Pineview, of course, just tested themselves with a tough opponent in Bishop Gorman.
Yeah.
I think that they need to, show what they are tonight. We've seen them play against tough competition, weaker competition. Now they're playing a region school. Let's see where they stack up.
I think it bodes well that they played Bishop Gorman last night.
Yeah,
I know that's a late night and that trip back from Vegas, and you're probably a little tired today, and you got to turn around and it's a region opener.
Yeah.
But in some strange way, I actually like that. But Ryan Ball's got a hard-working team. They got to do a little bit better offensively than they did against Juan Diego last Friday when I saw them. They struggled to score until the fourth quarter. They had 21 points.
They got to score. I mean, they can defend, but right now scoring's coming not bunches right now for them. So they just need to get ready.
Pineview Snow Canyon, Hurricane Desert Hills. Doubleheader tonight. Check it out. You guys have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.